What's going on, guys? Hey, my name is Logan Manzanares, and this is part 2 of the financial freedom video. So hey, if you haven't seen part 1, go back and watch that. I'm telling you, you actually need to know exactly what part 1 says and how to do it and how to implement it, so you actually can know how to create your financial freedom number. So without further ado, let's go. Hey guys, if you're new here, my name is Logan Manzanares. I'm a business owner and fitness professional. I am an investor. Me and my wife currently, we own about $4.5 million worth of real estate. We have cash flow over 6 figures every single year. And I make this channel and these videos for you to learn, so you can learn how to become financially free through real estate, so you don't have to work a day in your life ever again. And you only have to do what you want to do. So that if that means for you, you want to go work, you want to go play, you want to do a combination of both, then that's the choice you get to make. So without further ado, let's go. All right, guys. So like I said, go watch part 1 if you haven't seen that yet. In part 1, I actually explained the first half, and maybe the most important half of creating a financial freedom number is what is your expenses. So you must know what your monthly nut is every single month in order to create this financial freedom number. So once you establish what your nut is every single month, right? Let's use an example of $5,000. That means that you have $5,000 in expenses where you have a mortgage payment, you have or rent, or you have groceries, you have gasoline, you have all your expenses. You must know what those things are. That's your baseline. And so once you have that number, then you know what your financial freedom number is. Let's use an example of $5,000. So your monthly expenses are $5,000. Now, what is your financial freedom number? Well, it's $5,000 of passive income. Now, what is passive income? Passive income is income that you don't have to actually physically go work for, which means that it is being kicked off by an asset. This could technically be a business. This could be real estate. This could be stocks. This could be anything that you basically get money for, that you produce an asset one time and it produces income for you for the rest of your life. Now, for me personally, I love real estate, right? And I think about real estate in this fashion that any sort of income I get from my real estate, I consider that passive income. Now, I have multiple businesses that also produces cash flow. I don't include those inside my financial freedom number because those are businesses that I actually have to physically work in. I have to go do things in order for that money to come in. And honestly, even when I get to a point where I'm out of those businesses, it's still not as consistent as real estate is. Like, the reason why real estate creates 90% of millionaires, or why 90% of millionaires have real estate, is because it is the most consistent way of building wealth since modern time. Right? It is so consistent. It's lasted forever. So for me, in my mindset, it is passive income from real estate. This could actually be different for you. It could be stock dividends. It could also be businesses that are your hands off on. But for me personally, it's just real estate. Okay. And so let's use this example: $5,000 every single month. So now the first step is, well, my financial freedom number is $5,000 of passive income. So how do I do that? Well, for me, it's rentals, right? And so I'm looking at a couple examples. So if I have 10 rentals that are all cash flowing $500 a month, then that would create $5,000. So that's number one I could do. Or I could be like, hey, I don't want to do $500 a month rentals. I want to do $1,000 a month rentals. And so if I did those, then I only need 5 rentals that cash flow $1,000 every single month to hit my financial freedom number. Or the third way I could even do it is, what if I just found one property? What if I just one monster property that I could create a $5,000 cash flow from, never think about everything ever again? I manage one property, and you know what? I create my financial freedom that way. And so those are like different ways to think about it and different strategies you can do. And ultimately, all you got to do is understand, like, what is that financial freedom number? And then the path that you go down is totally up to you, right? Both of these examples, those are great examples. And there's many other things you can do as well. But I think the most important piece of this whole equation is just knowing what that number is. If you don't know what your financial freedom number is, you can create no path to get there, because you know what, your skills are different than my skills. And when you understand like what your skills are, you can start to look at, start to figure out, to manifest how you make that $5,000 every single month. And that is really the key to this process: is what you focus on is what you get. And so if you know what your number is, you're able to focus on that, you're able to start to do the things, start to look for the opportunities in order for you to create that money. Where if you're just thinking about, creating that next dollar and just trying to get by every single day, well, guess what? You'll just get by. And that's one of the most frustrating things I can see, is that, we as human beings, we are naturally good at accomplishing things that we are focused on. Right? The problem is that we usually turn our head this way. We don't look at the things that we need to look at. For instance, like looking at our finances, really digging deep and seeing kind of where we're at, so we actually can develop a game plan of where we want to go. Message for you in this whole video series of creating financial freedom is: the first step, knowing what your expenses are, and then the second step is creating a plan to get there. Now, we're not going to go into specific plans, because you know what? All the plans are different. But I'm telling you, if you just know exactly what your number is, what your financial freedom number is, I promise you, you focus on it every single day, you write it down, you manifest it, you will create it. So that's the message for today: is create the financial freedom number. It will give you the benefit to be able to never have to work if you don't want to, and be able to live life on your terms. So hopefully you liked this video. If you did, let me know. Like, subscribe to the channel. My name is Logan Manzanares. I'm out. Bye.